54 seconds. Oh my goodness. So I come across this story on Twitter, and it's of this woman, Mina. Now, I don't know her from a hole in the wall, so I'm curious, why are so many people, screaming and shouting and saying, hey, she should be fired from ESPN? So I'm like, okay, what does she say that people are talking about her being fired from ESPN? So I come out and I check out the clip that's circulating, and I watch the clip, and I'm like, okay, where's the rest? where's the rest of the clip? Because I'm like, she must have said some crazy, outlandish stuff, like some crazy, terrorist, death to America. Bruh, I watched this clip. It's 54 seconds. This is the clip that they're upset about. And in the clip, all she does is state facts and evidence. She states that when it comes to the Department of Defense, that they removed Jackie Robinson from their page. They removed it.
ESPN and others reported today that the Department of Defense, amidst an ongoing effort to purge government mentions of diversity, equity, inclusion, removed the website honoring Jackie Robinson's military service. It has since been restored.
The funny part about that is that this is racially motivated. This is racially charged, what is going on. This is anti-Black racism. That's what we are experiencing. And I'm not making it racial. I'm just making an observation. Because when you look at how all of these federal agencies are in fear of trying to be in compliance with this law of anti-DEI, anti-woke, is that who are they targeting? They're targeting Black people. That's what they're targeting. Everyone from the Tuskegee Airmen to Jackie Robinson. I have yet to see a white man, a white athlete, a white serviceman, any type of white man that has been targeted and removed accidentally, right? Because what they want to say, it was an accident. It was a human error. We were just trying to abide by the policy. I've yet to see any white man being taken down due to them being fear of being in violation of the DI woke policy.
He's out of line. But he's right.
I have yet to see that. It's always been Black people that have been taken down. So yes, this is racially charged. She then continues to say that, hey, you can't separate the two. That Jackie Robinson, a lot of his history was also him fighting against the discrimination that he was, that was facing him. Whether it comes to, in the sport, in the field, whether it comes to him as far as being a segregated unit, when it comes to him doing a bus cut, you cannot separate the two, that they are one in the same. You cannot separate the good from the bad.
Look, Jackie Robinson was known for many things, but above all, first and foremost, it was his ongoing courage in the face of racial discrimination. In fact, in addition to crossing the color barrier in baseball, he served in a segregated unit in the Army and in one instance refused to move to the back of the bus, was arrested and acquitted. That matters. That history cannot be erased, it cannot be undone, and it must be recognized to fully understand and celebrate his legacy.
Thanks, Mina.
And that's all she was saying. That's all she said, that is a part of his legacy. That's a part of his legacy. Bruh. Bro, boy, oh boy. It took 54 seconds for the lineage of evil, bruh, to lose their minds. They lost their minds. You can see her comments. They're calling her a race-baiting pig. They're calling, hey, you're Chinese. Like, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I do. Okay, we'll talk about that. But they're, calling her Chinese. They're talking about, hey, you're a race baiter. Hey, DEI is dead. You're just a race baiter. All this. And I'm thinking to myself, wow. As I said in my previous video, those dumb ignorants, right? The white ignorants I showed, that is a surprisingly vast majority of this country. That's what you have to understand. A surprisingly good majority of this country stems from the lineage of evil. Damn. And they see her as very much a race traitor. That's why they're bringing up the Chinese, because they expect her to be on code. They expect her, hey, we say, Black person bad, they're bad. End of story. Asian person, you need to agree with that. Everyone else, you need to agree with that. And when someone bucks that, when someone says, hey, there's actually a little bit more to this story, now you're a race traitor. And that goes into what I've talked about when it comes to actual allies, when it comes to people who are willing to stand up and tell the truth. Because what they are going to face is a barrage of hatred, barrage from everywhere. Okay? Because you have to understand, they gain nothing from doing that. She very well may lose her job. Okay, because if there's nothing but low IQ, racist white men who watch that show, then it's donezo. They'll simply boycott the show and the network because they care about the dollar, not the morale, right? Not morals. They care about the dollar. They'll fire her. and replace her with a blonde, blue-eyed chick, okay? Credit to her for saying that. But what is even crazier is that you have this Sambo tap dancing, chuck and jiving Robert Griffin, bruh, who comes out and talking about, hey, you need to get the politics out of out of sports and everything.
What?
And I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna, as far as attack who he's married to, I'm not gonna attack that.
Brother, what's that?
But you have to understand, this is where we are in this country, where we have non-black people, defending black black history, and the discrimination that has come across us in this country, even till this day.
To this day.
And then you have black people who are attacking the woman who is doing that, and in addition to that, attacking black people. That's where we are in this country. That's what you have to understand. That's a scary place to be in, okay? That's a frightening place, because what they are looking to do in this administration, what has been the history of this lineage of evil, is that simply they want to whitewash it. They'll just whitewash it. Well, you have to understand, it wasn't slavery, it was immigration. That's what they'll do. Well, what you have to understand, the Civil War is about freeing black people. That's what we want to do. We wanted to free black people. They will whitewash all of the wrongdoings. They will whitewash anything and everything. When it comes to segregation, they will whitewash that, okay? And when they can't whitewash it, what they'll do is they'll rephrase it, okay? They'll reframe it that, hey, that slavery actually wasn't that bad. That slavery was actually a benefit to black people. You have to understand, they had a roof over their head, they had employment, okay, they get to spend time with their family, and they got to learn certain skills and do hard work. And when they can't reframe it, they'll just simply lie. That's what they know. What does the scripture say? Kill, steal, and destroy. That's all they know. That's all this lineage of evil knows. And that's what they look to do. Many of these simpletons in this country, okay, these white ignorants in the country, they don't know anything about the history of the country. All they know is that I'm poor and I'm white and I'm better than you. That is what the elites have told them. That is what they have programmed them over generations and generations and generations. That's where you get stupid, beget stupid, beget stupid, and you got a whole lineage of stupid.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Hey, the reason why we have to take so many taxes is because the poor blacks, okay? You have to pay for them. That's what they do. That's what they do. So what we are experiencing right now is really a whitelashing from the stupids. That's what we're experiencing. People who don't know anything about reparations, people who don't know anything about the Civil War, and they don't care to. You have to understand, they don't care to, because what they've been told is in line to what they believe. So they have no reason to search out the truth. They think that any type of injection of actual context for what happened, that is DI, that is woke. And you see how they bastardize terms such as woke, a term that black Americans use, that we use in our own communities, that they have taken that from us and used it to attack us. This is the type of lineage of evil that we're dealing with. This is a type of wicked behavior that we're dealing with. By her even simply saying that, hey, he had to, deal with the segregation. What does that do? That puts their wrongs in their face. It's like taking a dog and sticking his nose in the poop on the carpet. They know they shouldn't have pooped on the carpet. I know you shouldn't have pooped on the carpet. Now you're face to face with your wrongs. They don't want that. If you look at the history of this country, they have done everything in their power to try and obfuscate, to lie, to hide, to lie via omission. Okay, they've done everything to paint them as, hey, we weren't colonizing you. We were as far as advancing you. That's what we were doing. We were helping you. Hey, you were barbarians. We were actually, the civilized individual. And that's what they've done. This instance right here, man, this is emblematic of the country right now. This is truly fascinating to see everyone attack her for telling history. That now facts and evidence is actually deemed as DEI and woke because they don't like what they hear. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, Lucas, we don't need to hear all that DEI woke stuff. All we need to know is that Jackie Robinson was a good sportsman. That's it. You can leave it at that. Or if you don't believe, listen. You can't make these racist laws, right? and then have this racist history, have all this dirt, all this trash that you've accumulated, that you did. Black people didn't create it as far as segregation. Black people didn't do Jim Crow laws, sharecropping laws. We didn't do any of that. You created that. And now educating people on the history of this country and what has transpired thus far is somehow problematic? Huh? Now we're the bad guy for telling the truth, for telling about facts and evidence? This is sad, bro. This is sad, but it's also expected. It's also expected from the lineage of evil. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Friday to Sunday, Disagreement Day. Call in, we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think of Robert and the rest of them. And subscribe. And that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.